Hello, welcome to Let's Play Thief Gold. This is for my 1,000 subscribers. Now I did that video and asked people for suggestions what to do, and there were quite a few, well, more than one. It was maybe it was only about 3-4 total, but people were suggesting some thief game, so I decided to do this one. It is one of my favorite game series. Or at least the first two are some of my favorite games of all time. And I'm one of the people who have the gold version of the first Thief, which is sort of an expanded release. This has 3 additional levels, so 4 if you count that one. We'll get to that eventually. Now it has taken me plenty of trying to get this to record well, and it's still not ideal, but seems to be about the best I can get. Now let's see. Some controls: run, walk, straight. You can lean left and right, crouch, speed toggle, and for some reason there's also lean forward all the way at the end. But the default controls work well, at least for me. Difficulty, which is kind of pointless to put it here since you can choose the difficulty at the start of each mission. Video, resolution, I'll do 640 by 480 since the game menus like this and the in-game map are shown in 640 by 480, and well, it makes recording troublesome to have the game jump between resolutions. Now gamma, okay, as you might guess, this game tends to be pretty dark, so I'll up that a bit, but not too much to make everything all washed out. Audio, okay. Now the hardware acceleration does make sound deeper, but you can hear the unfortunate side effects, so I'll have to leave that off. Okay, I guess it's time to get started. We'll do the training.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Ooh. And that was the life story of our protagonist Garrett. One of the many things I love about this game, well, as well as the sequel, is the art style of those cutscenes. As I was saying earlier, you can choose the difficulty here, and this actually changes very little about the training, but for the actual missions, upping the difficulty increases the amount of objectives here, as well as makes them more difficult. For instance, usually the normal difficulty allows you to kill people, but the expert doesn't. I'll get to my preferred style of playing, which I'll be using in these videos at the start of the first actual mission. But for now, let's start the training.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
Right, and we are at the Keeper compound. And the frame rate is suffering a bit while I'm recording, but not too badly. And also, here we have the in-game map. This is actually more detailed than most of the maps for most of the levels, and you can also review your objectives here. And also, yeah, you should be seeing at the bottom the health overlay flickering. That is one recording glitch I haven't really been able to get rid of. Or if I manage to fix it, it'll cause bigger problems elsewhere. And as the controls showed, we can lean around.
You must learn how to move unseen.
Crouch down.
Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
Yeah, we don't really need for this. Wait for this to open. Now, important gameplay aspects for the stealth stuff: light and darkness. With the Keeper training, Garrett can pretty much become invisible in dark. In fact, if you crouch down in total darkness, you are so hard to spot that enemies can, enemies can literally bump into you and not spot you.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
Yeah. As you can see.
Good. Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
No, that makes me wonder. They could have... wait, this is supposed to take place in daytime, as we'll see soon. These window things make me wonder. Anyway, about the game world and the setting. This is a fantasy steampunk mix. We are in the city, which is only ever called that, the city, the largest known settlement in this world. Now we are being trained by the Keepers, which are sort of shadowy conspiracy thing, watching over the world, guiding events and such. And another major faction is the Hammerites, which is pretty much the main religion in the city. They worship the Builder. And now, tutorial about noise.
Now you must learn to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
Yeah. This here, what we are working on now, is carpet, and this is metal. Obviously, metal surfaces make much more noise than carpets. Actually, you can pretty much do anything on a carpet and nobody will really hear it. Other common surfaces are, well, dirt, wood and stone. We could go around, but screw that.
Very good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
Yep. So now we are about here.
Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them.
Like so.
Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice. Ready your bow. Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets.
Yeah, you draw the bow, keep it drawn for a bit and it'll zoom in. Keep it drawn too long and Garrett's aim will start wavering and then he'll be forced to, well, release it.
Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
Now we can retrieve arrows, which, if they embed on soft enough surfaces, wood, dirt, that'll do. That'll preserve the arrows, but stone, yeah, not so much. Ooh. That's weird. Yeah, and also arrows embedded on enemies, well, they are destroyed.
Swing at the target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy.
Like so. And hold down the button.
Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the cobbled sparring area.
But we are going to run past him, and here are some iron bars which were lowered before he came through, and this area is actually walled off in lower difficulty levels. Okay, this is locked, but doors can also be smashed. And we find here a basketball court, along with a basketball. This is actually a bit difficult to get in, despite how huge the hoops are. Now, many of the same people who made this game were also involved in making of System Shock 2 and the first Deus Ex, which explains the recurring basketball Easter egg. In fact, System Shock 2 uses the same engine as this. Now, in the corner here we have a bedroll, but if we try to use it... Okay, this is a start of a separate recording, since originally this This part turned out as a black screen. But it seems to work alright if I start recording this. And, well, the map screens are prone to that as well, so... But fortunately during those the games, when reading stuff and viewing the map, the game pauses, so I can easily stop the recording and start a new one there to display them properly. Right, so the bedroll is actually the developer quotes thing. I'll just glance through these. You can pause if you want to read. And let's drop this thing and get back to the actual training. I'll pull out the sword and I'll do a backstab for massive damage, for I am a thief. And they can do that. Hey, you get back to the sparring area.
Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When you are done, leave the sparring area. That's enough sparring for today. Please walk over to the table.
Yeah, this being a thieving game, usually it's best to avoid fights.
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on, young Garrett? Please pick up all of the items on this table. Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door.
Okay, so let's eat this apple. Crunchy.
The door is locked, but the key from the table will open it. To unlock the door, select the key in your inventory. Center the door on screen until it lights up. Then use the key on the door.
And metal doors cannot be broken open. Oh, let's be boring and use the key, like so.
Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test. Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it.
Well, let's first take a dip into water. You can swim, you can dive. Normally there would be a air meter in the bottom right, but I guess they really did make it impossible to get killed in the training. And
move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform.
Yeah, and it's the only way to really let go of the rope is either climb down so far that you hit the surface, or land on the surface, or the rope ends, or you jump off.
Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream.
Before we do that, I believe we can reach up to the roofs here. Oops. Not like that. And yeah, usually when... Whoa! Yeah, sometimes the ropes are a bit glitchy and you shoot up like that. You also can take falling damage normally, but not here apparently. Oh, almost had it. Come on. Let's break some bounds, Garrett. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Ah, there we go. And look into the vast nothingness beyond. I guess this doesn't even have an assigned surface material, and that's why you don't make any sound. Let's go back where we are supposed to.
Good jump. This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
Yeah, I jumped the gun a bit, but yeah. You can climb up obstacles that are not, well, too high to jump, but not so high that you can reach them. Like so. Oh. And there is a little bit of loot on the table there, which will add to your starting funds at the start of the first actual mission. So let's go grab that.
The Keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
Oh no, we are walled in! And at the end of the levels you get this list of fulfilled objectives. I think you might also get that if you if a mission ends pretty much with you failing it, either by failing an objective or dying. And stats. Usually, well, I rushed through this for this second recording. But anyway, here is just the difficulty and time, but in actual missions you get, well, loot gotten out of maximum, how many people you've knocked out and killed, how much damage you've given and dished out and took. Next time we'll go for actual stealing stuff and such.